Life might feel like it's pulling you in two separate directions right now, okay? So, on one hand, there's this call to slow down, to reflect on where you've been, what you've learned. On the other, there's this deep, raw energy, this empowerment, this strength, and it stirs within you. And it's pushing you towards transformation, and it's giving you the power to reclaim control over areas in your life where maybe you have felt stuck or powerless. Or maybe it's just that you gave away some of your power and now it's time to insist on getting it back in your life. The urge to break free from anything holding you back will be calling to us, will be beckoning to us, will be showing itself to us. So I guess the question is, how are you going to navigate the tension between this reflection that's happening and this revolution in your life? So now is the start of the energy of the new chapters in your life. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, and we'll move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the positive, loving support that you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Well, welcome to your Daily Focus, October the 11th, 2024. Today we have the beautiful energy of the 11. The 11 asks us to let go of what no longer serves us, that no longer lifts us up, supports us, moves us in the direction we want to go. It's time to make a commitment to yourself of where you want to step, of where you want to be empowered, of where you want love, joy, prosperity, abundance, good health, well-being. And then it's about giving it the focus, the commitment, walking with a sense of integrity towards that very goal. If we look at the daily numerology, we have a 1 plus an 11 plus an 8. That gives us a 20. A 20 is about turning points in the road. It's about making some decisions about how we want to go forward and what energy do we want to connect with. 2 plus 0 is a 2 energy, and that tells us that the magic is all around us. More so, we need to understand the magic that we already carry within us. Our talents, our abilities, our unique self. Our intuition. Sun is in Libra. The moon is in Capricorn, I think just after lunchtime, slightly after noon. It'll move into Aquarius, of course, Eastern Standard Time. Now, I kind of dropped the ball a couple of days ago. I tried to do the best I could, so thank you for supporting me in that. I ran out of time. There wasn't enough time to do 2 videos, much less 1 video. So I decided that I just would, do 1 more video and then catch up today. So let's catch up a little bit. Jupiter went stationary retrograde on Wednesday, and that was huge news for us. Okay, we'll experience this energy until the beginning of February 2025. So it's with us for a while. It's a time to, things will seem to slow down. Jupiter's retrograde energy brings a time where the usual flow for growth or opportunity, expansion, it hits a pause, so to speak. Or it's not moving at a rapid clip. That's a definite. But it does allow us to reassess our paths. Okay, it's a period where a deeper journey, one of reflection, one of inner wisdom, begins for us. So this is an invitation to revisit old goals, re-examine our beliefs, reconsider what truly brings us happiness, fulfillment. So we're given a second chance, so to speak, to align our life with our most meaningful values. Sometimes we start going forward and, either we forget the momentum of the prize at the end of it, the success that we really want to gain, and we kind of coast and we go over here and we're working on somebody else's agenda for a while. We go over here, somebody else's agenda. So, it's about getting ourselves back on track, understanding where we have been wasting or squandering our energy, our time, our resources, and how to bring them into alignment to grow that true expansion that we want in our life. It's a time to reflect on what you're pursuing and have you truly given the energy so it can blossom into something great. Is it something you want to continue to pursue? We're allowed to change our minds. Was there a past idea that you might have dismissed, but it kind of still holds your attention in some way? How do you define success, or how do you define fulfillment, happiness, joy? And you're likely to feel some frustration, okay? Progress in certain areas of our life will slow. And particularly, it's usually career, money, travel, education. So we could feel stuck. We could feel like we're not really going forward, or we could even question our direction. We're giving it this energy and nothing's really happening. Really, there is a lot happening behind the scenes. So keep giving it your attention. And instead of resisting this pause, to really want to push forward, embrace it as a time to fine tune your plans, to re-strategize. Now, we also have Pluto going stationary direct today. So it is, I think, at 29 degrees of Capricorn right now. I think by the time we're in November, late November maybe, it will move into Aquarius, and there it will be for the next 18, 19, 20 years. Okay, so it's a very powerful energy. We will feel a lot of it at the very beginning of it, the first several degrees, which is months of energy. And of course, when there's transits and whatnot, and the last several degrees. So we are in the last several degrees of Capricorn, going into several of the first degrees of Aquarius over the next 4 months. And we're going to really feel that energy. Okay. Now, this energy, it's potent. It invites us to reclaim our power, our control over areas of our life where we felt stuck, we felt powerless, or maybe we were hesitant for some reason, any reason, to actually go forward the way we wanted to. And we kind of get this feeling like the change is no longer an idea. It's a necessity right now. So it's a powerful moment in time in your life to take action. You've had time to reflect. And it has been in this area for quite some time. So we are finally closing some chapters of our life so we can truly start and invest in some new chapters of our life. Okay? It's an invite to step into a more empowered version of ourselves, to focus on areas of our life where we want to initiate that deep, lasting change. To allow ourselves to let go of an old way of thinking, or perhaps it's a toxic relationship or a toxic environment. Maybe it's a toxic habit or behavior or a certain pattern in our life. But in one way or another, it has been holding you back. It has been not allowing you to move forward in the way you want. It's kept you from your very goals, your very dreams, your very desires and passions. And it's a time to be bold, okay? And just acknowledging your own power. And then using it wisely to create the life that you truly want. A time of transformation, absolutely. But it does require courage. It does require commitment to see it through, to persevere, to have a patience with it all. So I would say over the next several months, you are definitely going to probably have this great moment of clarity where you recognize a behavior or a habit or a pattern that has been holding you back, or maybe you are acknowledging it, okay? Maybe people tell you drink too much and you're like, I do not drink too much. And all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I do. I need to stop this. Because me having a couple of drinks after work stops me from getting anything accomplished for the rest of the day. It's just a write-off after that. Or maybe you smoke. And so you always have to excuse yourself, because, oh gosh, you need a cigarette, right? You're getting all antsy, you can't concentrate, you're not talking to people correctly, you're not holding yourself with empowerment. You feel like you need that smoke in order to get through it all. Or maybe when you get nervous, you clear your throat a lot. Or you throw in a whole bunch of ums and ahs, and, and so your speech isn't, flowing as you want it to while you're trying to talk to people about your dreams, your goals, or just, it could be anything. It could be anything, okay? But we recognize it. Or we could have a realization that something very toxic or outdated is in our life. We feel that surge for personal power and freedom. Okay, we could have a breakthrough in a relationship or a situation where we have felt stuck. We see, we gain a new perception. There we go. 2 separate words, guys. Or we get this unexpected opportunity that kind of aligns perfectly with the new direction that we want to take. But gosh, we just don't know if we should. And all of a sudden, that perfect opportunity comes through. So what do we do now? Do we step into our empowerment? Do we step into our dreams? Or do we hold back out of a fear and anxiety? And it's about recognizing those fears and anxieties and wiping them right off the slate. They no longer will exist. Okay? You start to feel yourself stepping into a more authentic and empowered version of yourself. Okay, let's turn to the cards. Okay. I felt like they needed a good shuffle there all of a sudden. I thought I cleared them well, but okay, here we go. Underlying energy, the Page of Swords. Oh gosh, we just want something to happen, anything to happen. We can't wait anymore. We're just going to do something, spontaneous and just to get the energy moving in some way, shaking it up a little bit. And at this point, you don't even care what happens so long as something happens, for goodness sakes. And so I caution you with this kind of energy throughout today that we do need to take it back. We do need to think it through. We do need to take those bold steps, but with authority and confidence. This is a very spiritual card. This is a time to talk about your passions, your dreams, your desires, how you want to take those bold steps, what those bold steps might look like. To guide your angels, your guides, the universe, your higher self. We have the Four of Pentacles, so what holds you back? I think we will be taking a little bit of stock, or something stands out of why we feel we can't go forward, what we can't release, what we can't let go of. It could be an environment that we're in. It could be a job that we absolutely hate. Now, that doesn't mean quit your job, okay? You can't say, but Tilly told me it was okay to quit my job. No, I'm not saying that at all. But you need to start making plans to quit that job. You need to get out there and start looking for your passion, your dream, your desire of what you truly want to do. Then that's a hard step, and that's a scary step, but don't worry, because the empowerment will start to come in and surround you. All you have to do is make the commitment to take the step. This is about letting go, releasing what no longer supports you, has value in your life, moves you in the direction that you need to go, that you want to go. And when you do that, you turn around and you see this giant gate, and it's a giant pentacle for the door, which is our path to prosperity, which is our path to abundance, joy, happiness, celebration. And it's guarded by 2 angels. Now, that path lays in wait just for you. It's up to you to actually turn around and see it, to be aware of its presence. But nobody else can walk through that. Only you. It's waiting just for you. Abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy. But you have to let go of some of the things that you have been holding on to. It could just be a habit, a behavior. Maybe it's a belief. Maybe it's a certain person in your life or people in your life. Maybe it's some healthy choices or unhealthy choices. And changing the smallest of things is really what grows the biggest of celebrations. And when we do it in small bite-sized pieces, it is a lot easier to bring it into existence. Some people say want to eat healthier, so they got rid of all of their food that they had. And then they go and they try and build on that. And it can happen, but it's a hard transformation. So why don't you just say, for lunch every day for the next month, I'm just going to eat, maybe it's gluten free or whatever it might be for you. Okay. No carbs or lots of carbs or whatever you want. Okay. But, and work it in that your lunchtime is that time to do that. And then if you want to start incorporating maybe a breakfast once a week as you do the lunch every single day. And then breakfast is 2 times. And maybe we do a supper now as well. And we bring in that balance. And when we do it like that, it slowly becomes a habit. And when it slowly becomes a habit, it turns into second nature. And then we don't even have to think about it. It goes on autopilot and we can concentrate on growing different parts of our life. We have the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is making that, I'm doing this. I'm making that commitment, maybe to myself, and we are asking for the help of our tribe, of our family, of our community to support us, to help us, to work with us, perhaps, in our goals, in our dreams of what we want to build, of where we want to grow, of what we want to create, of what we want to give birth to. But we're feeling very strong in what we want to step into. And I think we're communicating that in some way to some of our people in our life, the people we love, saying, I'm thinking about doing this. And you're not saying I'm thinking. When you say I'm thinking of doing this, wow, their opinion comes right in, right? It's like an open door when you say that, I'm thinking about, because it gives them the impression that what they say is going to, turn you one way or another. And it may. But at the end of the day, you are in charge of the final decision. And maybe they say some things that really stand out to you as that is about the worst advice I've ever gotten to, wow, I never even looked at it that way before. What if it had that possibility to grow into that for myself? Am I really as good as they say? It could be some of that. So maybe we're talking it out loud, but I think you're very independent in your decision to go forward. And the 6 of Swords. So it is more of a thinking day rather than an action day, although there is some action involved here. It's definitely about prosperity, about abundance today. This is about going into uncharted territories. This is about deciding to go forward into a world of possibility that you didn't even maybe know existed, and learning about it and having opportunities to grow in your knowledge and your wisdom, growing a skill. Maybe you find you have a skill that you didn't even know you had before, but somebody told you to try something and so you did, and wow, look at you go. It's like that person that grabs a golf clubs for that one tournament at work that everybody's doing, so they decided to do it too, and they're parring the flipping course. It's like, where did that come from? Did you know you were that good? Then that could be in anything. I remember, oh gosh, and this is going back 30, 40 years, but me and I think I was on a date, and there's a pool table, and they said, you want to play pool? And I was like, okay. I had never played pool before, and man, I was just on fire. And I guess the guy that I was playing against was like the champion of the region, and he had his own team or whatnot, and he wanted me to join, and I'm like, I've never even played this before, so who knows, maybe I could have been a bull shark had I gone that way. But I played maybe 3 or 4 times after that, and I never did really good again, so we'll chalk it up to beginner's luck. But I never tried it before, and it was fun. It passed the hours, but it wasn't something that I consistently wanted to do. But But you just don't know your talents. You don't know your abilities. I'm thinking, wow, I probably, if I would have like continued down that path, I could have went to Vegas and all over the world, maybe playing pool and making money and stuff like that. How different our lives can be by a simple choice, right? Because we were just having some drinks. I could have said, yes, well, I'll join the team. Why not? And start playing a little bit more and really starting to get into it. That could have been something that would have changed the whole direction of my life. So you don't know sometimes the little tiny small things that you can do to try something to, really this card is about shaking it up, doing something different, trying something new, just to see if there's energy there, just to see. But the thing is to go and have fun. Now I'm getting way off course on this one, which is kind of funny because I'm talking about going into uncharted territory. Can't be off course if you don't have but there is a destination. We are going towards something. We are going towards our passion, our dreams, our desires. This is about, new paths emerging. And that is very uncomfortable because that changes everything. That brings in, not knowing what our routines are supposed to be like and how we fit this into the day, and everything gets upside down in a sort of way. But it's definitely about looking at going forward into some areas of development for yourself that you have never, ever experienced before, or you experienced it very little. That they're at one time maybe even called to you, but you didn't answer it at that time. Maybe now is the time when you start to look at that. And it's leaving a lot of the traditional things that you have been doing in your life up to this point. Okay, so it does change things. Maybe you've always worked in the evenings, and now this is going to make you work the mornings. That changes everything. When you eat, what time you get up, what time you go to bed, when you have fun, what pockets of energy do you have for those simple responsibilities and obligations that you have on a regular basis. Everything changes. Okay, I'm just babbling now, so let's just get to the cards here again. I always believe that what I'm saying is somebody can relate to it. Somebody needed to hear it. And, my motto here is, for one person, there's one person out there that I'm helping in some way, then I've done my job. And hopefully I can help all of you in some small way. So I don't edit, I don't remove stories. I've seen that so many times where all of a sudden there's that little blip, and I thought, what did they say? What did they channel in that they should have told us that they didn't because they thought it wasn't relevant, or I don't know. I feel more like I come over to your house and we're sitting at your kitchen table. So we do get off topic when we're sitting at the kitchen table, don't we? Celebrate differences. The 3 energy comes alive in our world today to celebrate the differences, even within ourselves, our male and female qualities, our strengths, our weaknesses, what we're good at, what we're great at, what we're not so good at, where we need help. So all kinds of differences. And differences doesn't mean it's worse or better. It means it's different. That's all it is it's different. Now it's your perception that puts it in the good or bad category. You understand that everything in life comes with an opposite. Even within yourself, you have a polarity: male, female, high, low, good, bad, light, dark. It is our differences that make us unique. We all come from the same collective, and we all have a light of the inner soul. The more we learn to grow our thoughts and attitudes, the more understanding and compassion can develop within our lives. So take a moment to appreciate an individual for the qualities that they are sharing with you, and find what learning can be gained from the situation. So, the opposites attract, they say. Sometimes it's to teach you how to be more of that kind of person. If you're quiet and shy, sometimes you're attracted to that person who's the life of the party because you secretly want to be, at times, the life of the party, and you don't know how. So you learn from them. Maybe they're always so boisterous and they just would like to sit back and relax and just be, kind of in the corner watching everybody else and not being the center of attention. And so they're attracted to you because they want to experience more of that. And how do you do that? Okay, our animal is, keep breathing. Just keep breathing. Stop pushing so hard. Stop trying so hard. Give your intentions up and then just breathe. Show up. Do the work. Don't worry. You'll get there. Okay, the dolphin. Keep breathing. Journal, water, energy shift. Well, we're definitely having energy shifts here, and huge ones, aren't we? Breathing. Focus on the act of breathing clears the mind of all the daily distractions and clears our energy, enabling us to better connect with the spirit within. So Dolphin knows that you've been caught off guard. She wants to remind you that stressful situations induce panic, which causes continued panic and continued stress. Try to meditate, enroll in a yoga class, or participate in some form of exercise, even if it's 10 minutes a day. Dolphin feels that a water-based exercise will work best for you. Exercise works similar to meditating, but also serves as an outlet of sorts. So release your sadness by crying. We all need a release. Get a makeover, an ego boost by getting your hair done, your nails done, new clothes on. It may help you catch your breath and enjoy the moment. Do we have more on Dolphin? Oh, yes, we do. Don't grab those rose-colored glasses, but think positively about something, about anything. Look within yourself and see what needs to be changed and take action. More times than not, it is because you stopped loving yourself. Remember that there is nothing that you cannot be, nothing that you cannot do, nor is there nothing that you cannot have. Clear the energy that is stifling you. Breathing is a part of your system, body, mind, and spirit. Take some time for yourself and spend it by the water. Take out a journal and write while experiencing the sea air. I just need a sip of water. Sorry. Isn't that funny? Just telling us all about the water, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Okay, so I did, so you do it too. Take some time to spend some time by the water. Take out a journal and write while you're experiencing the sea air. And if you can't get away, soak in a bathtub. Add some sea salt. Or purchase a desktop fountain or a CD that invokes the feeling of being by the water. You can turn on something. I'm sure there's a YouTube video that just has a waterfall in the background or something like that. Okay, so keep breathing. Take a couple of deep breaths. It only takes a few moments each day. It really does release a lot of, yeah, you'll notice when you do it at your break or lunchtime or something, and just breathe in and breathe out and just follow that breathing and just make it kind of like a wave. Okay, just slow and steady. You don't have to inhale and force that, hold it for until you feel like you're going to explode. You don't have to do any of that. Just follow the air in, okay? Feel, your lungs expanding. Feel your tummy puffing out. And as you exhale, feel your tummy muscles almost going underneath your rib cage, forming almost like a J to get the last of that breath out. And see a light coming in, going into all the darkened areas of your body. And then see that gray matter be released upon your exhale. And do it for, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, usually you'll get, 15 breaths in during those 2 minutes, so that's more than enough. So 1 minute would be, 6 or 7 probably really beautiful breaths. And watch just how that little bit makes you feel. Okay? Pay attention to the feeling before and after. And then start to think, well, what if I meditated for 5 minutes a day? And meditation is really just doing that breathing exercise for 5 minutes. If you don't get pictures, if you don't get colors, if you don't get words, if you went and did your grocery list in your mind, it doesn't matter. Just breathe. Okay. And if that grocery list keeps coming in, well, then you know that once you stop your meditation, thank it for coming in. And once you stop, that's the first thing you're going to do, because it is the biggest thing that keeps coming to you, telling you to pay attention to it. And we don't hear it all the time because we live in a very busy world. So just breathing. And that grounds us. And then once we're grounded, we can actually take those bold steps with a confidence and step into our tomorrows. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.